channel Trailhead Ranger NJ, and we are continuing this series of Apex trigger scenarios which are real time based. It will be helpful for you to use in your projects, or even if you are giving an interview, they might ask you same scenarios, even similar scenarios, because these are very basic. They will only want to check your basics. If you are clear on how to use the trigger, which trigger action you should use, which DML operation you should use, on which object you should create the trigger in particular scenario. So those kind of things they will check. So these we will try to cover most of the basic scenarios which they might ask. So it's very important for you. You can go through this. And in our previous video, we have covered the scenario that where the lead is created with lead source as any particular value, and then we want to check if the lead source is having that value, then set the other fields of lead as this, and otherwise setting the field with some default value. So you can check out that video as well. And if you want to know how to link the Visual Studio to your Salesforce developer org, I'll be pasting the link of that video in description box, and also how to create the Salesforce developer org as well. That video also in my description box of this video. So yes, let's get started. And our today's scenario is that whenever we are creating an account on Salesforce org with industry as banking, then we want to create a contact for that account, that is related contact we want to create. We have already covered one video related to it or similar to it, that is when account is being created, then we want to create a related opportunity. But today we are doing that whenever an account is being created, we'll be creating a related contact. But on top of that, there are few addition changes to it, that is account should have industry as banking, and contact's last name will be updated to the account's name, and contact phone will be same as the account's phone. So yes, let's go to the Visual Studio Code and let's create a trigger. I'll give trigger's name as account contact related. Let's keep contact CS cap. So here, sorry, I have created the class first, but that's fine as well. We just put a handler over here, but never mind. I'll go to the trigger. Now I'll create trigger account contact related trigger. So here it is. Now what standard object we should use here? I will use account because the operation will be performed on account. Then what action should be performed, that is insert, update or delete. Insert operation should be performed. Now the last question is, what should be this action? Is it should be before or is it should be after? So it should be after, because we want to perform some action on contact as well, and also we want to perform DML operation, that is we want to insert a contact whenever account is being created. But suppose if we were having a scenario like whenever we are trying to insert an account, we want to check few fields on account, that is suppose industry as banking, and then we want to update account's name as this or something like that, then the whole operation was to be based on account only, then we will use before insert. But now the operation needs to be performed on contact object as well, so we will use contact sorry account trigger should be an account object, but the operation here should be after, because we want to access the related objects as well. So I hope that's clear. Now I'll open the class, that is account contact related class. I'll remove the constructor here. Now insert the class, that is method, that is public static void account contact related creation. And now what parameters it should receive? So it should receive our new list of account, that is list of account, new list. So that should be it, and we'll go back to the trigger, and here we will call our method. So you might be wondering why we are not writing the logic in the trigger. So I have explained this in our earlier videos as well. That is, we want to follow the best practice of apex trigger, and for following the best practice we shall have the logic in separate handler class or separate apex class, and we should only call the class or their methods in the trigger, and yeah. So now we will check if the trigger is performing on after. Then if the trigger is performing and insert operation, then we will call our class, that is account contact related, and its method this. And what is the new list? New list will be trigger dot new. We'll pass this list, that is whatever record we'll be inserting at a time, will be passing all those records to this method of this class. Now we'll deploy this, and we'll go back to the class. Now in class we'll start writing the logic. So at first we will declare a class of contact which we will want to insert. So we'll let's have the comment, declare the class, sorry, declare the list of contact to be inserted. Now list of contact, you can give this con list variable name anything you want. So now I have declared this. Now I will want to loop through all the accounts to all the list, new list, loop through all new accounts. So here for account AC, and our list is new list. So here it is. Now we will check if the account industry is banking or not. Check for account industry is banking. Again, you might be questioning that why we are looping all the records at once, because we want to have our code to be bulkified, that it should be able to handle number of record at once if it requires. That is, suppose here we are working on only one record at a time using Salesforce all. But if we want to have multiple record, or if we want to perform action on number of record at once, that is how many records, like 200 record at once using data loader or data import, then it should be able to handle all those record at once, and then this trigger should be fired. So yes, now we'll write the condition here, that is AC industry is banking. Yes, if it is that it is a banking, then we will create a new contact record. And while creating a contact record, what we'll do, create new con. Yes. So what all its field we wanted to give, that is its last name should be account's name. Its phone should be account's phone name. Sorry, phone number. And it should be linked to account. So to having it linked to account, we will link its account ID field to accounts ID. So that's it. You can understand, right, that last name we are linking to accounts name, phone number of contact we are linking to accounts phone, and account ID of contact is linking to the main parent account ID. So now this is the contact has been created. Now we will add the contact to the list of contacts. So our contact list name is con list. We'll perform add, for we'll add the add function, and we'll add our new con variable. So this contact which we had just created is added to this list. Now we will insert this uh, contact list at once, so that you won't be performing the DML operation for each contact record, but you will be performing only single DML operation for all the contact record at once. So now what we will do, insert the contacts. First of all, we'll check if the list is empty or not. If it is not empty, then only it should perform the insert operation on con list. And when it's done, our contact will be created with all these features. Only if the account is industry. If the account is not, if the industry is not banking on account, then this contact will not be created. Let's deploy this, and then we will test it out on our Salesforce developer org. Let's go to the Salesforce, and we'll create an account. We'll go to the account, we'll click on new. I'll give account name as related account contact. Now our requirement was that industry should be banking, but for now we had given it blank, so no contact has been created. And let's check industry. Industry is blank. So that's the correct operation it is performing. And once again, you can check one more thing, that even if we update the industry to banking here, then also the contact should not be created. It won't be created because we are not triggering our trigger on the update operation. So now let's create another account, that is related contact account, and now have industry as banking. uh, yes, industry as banking here. So I will add the industry here as banking. Now I will save it. After saving, you can see the contact has been created with the same name of account. But there is one thing which we missed, that is we did not populate the field of phone and email, so it will be empty. So let's populate this phone, and account ID is already there, test 1, and industry should be banking. Yes, so let's save it. Now you can see contact is created, phone is there, industry is banking. Now let's open the contact, and you will see the phone should be populated with the same phone number, and account name is the parent account of our test 1, and name is populated with this. If you will edit it, you can see it's only populated in the last name field, not in the first name field. You can populate the other fields of accounts as well, like this, such as email, or any other fields. You can map it, or even you can give the default values here as well in the form of strings. So I hope you understand something from here, and if you do, please like the video, subscribe the channel, and let me know in the comment section what other kind of videos you want me to make, what any other scenarios you have in mind for Apex Trigger or Apex class, then I can cover it. And yes, thank you, stay tuned.